Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another CZN video. In this video, I want to talk about what could potentially be one of Smilegate Super Creative's biggest mistakes when launching this game. And that is actually Mei Lin. I'm sure if you've been playing the game, you already know what Mei Lin does and how absurdly good she is at killing whatever she wants to kill. And I'm not saying, okay, that's a bad thing that she does good damage or do whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I think this unit is going to make it very difficult for them to release units moving forward into the game. And what I mean by that is this unit is so strong that it almost doesn't even make sense for her to be in the game. She's the only unit in the game that heavily, I'm talking heavily, takes advantage of using her basic attacks. The only unit in the game to where like you're not dead set on removing, you know, the basic cards. You remove one shield, and of course there's other units where you only maybe remove one card and their basic cards are okay, but her kit is literally resolves around recycling her basic cards, which means it's a lot easier to build her save data in the first place when you build her. So not only is she good at that, but she also has basically infinite scaling on one of her epiphanies, which I think that in itself was not a very good idea. For every passion card that you use, you gain one extra hit. And there is no cap on this. No cap. You can hit literally 100 times if you manage to use that many cards. And see, the thing is, that's not even like out of realm of possibilities. Maybe 100's a stretch, but you could definitely reach 50. And the thing is, right now, she's actually not as strong as she's going to be in the future. And the reason I say that is, if we go to the agent collection, there is no passion unit for psionic or controller. So right now, you run her with Veronica, right? I don't have Veronica on this account, but trust me, I understand how Veronica works. I play with her a lot on my alt account. She's like one of my main characters on my alt account. So I don't feel too bad about having her over here, but she truly like unlocks the fucking typhoon that Mei Lin is. Really, Veronica is the best support unit in the game, just for pseudo DPS and card draw. She's fucking insane, right? And then going into her cards as well, she can get this at 0 cost, which is what you want. Obviously, if you're trying to cast 50 things at once on Mei Lin, you want a bunch of 0 cost cards. You can epiphany this into a 0 cost. It's not even a divine epiphany. You just get this and you're golden. Then you can also get Kowalski for the draw 2. This one here, or hell, even this one here. And if you get the -1 cost on the divine here, that's another draw 2 you can get for 0. And then on top of that, you thin your deck out really small. You might keep like 1 basic and delete 2. Ideally, you want to delete all 3 on her. Then you have a bunch of upgrades as well. So you also have 3 upgrades. You're running just this unit right here. You remove all 3 of these that cost you 100 points. You got your 3 upgrades, and then you just have like basic reposes that you copied 3 times. That's 140, and then a divine epiphany on this for -1, or you copy this once, you get the mutant sample conversion. You can build a Veronica to where she's like, all she does is, like, if you're lucky enough, she puts her upgrades up, all of her cards cost 0, and she just cycles through your deck, and that's literally all she's there to do while blasting off a ballista. She's insane for that, and Mei Lin wants that in her team. But the thing is, we don't even have the controller slot. And the reason that's so important, yes, you can run her with 2 units right now. You could run her with Lucas. Lucas has a little bit of card draw. He can generate 0 cost launchers that he can use. You can obviously use Selena, who has some low cost cards and some synergy with her as well. These are not great secondary options with Veronica, even Maribel. None of these are the 3rd passion unit that she wants. If she ends up getting a psionic or controller passion unit sometime in the future, and this is why we might not see one of these for a long time until the unit pool is more diluted, because if they release this character, if you want like the strongest deck in the game, you're kind of like incentivized to just pull this unit. Like, even if it's good or not, like this unit can be dog shit. It doesn't matter. The fact is that this unit gets access to very specific neutral cards, like Gear Bag and like Rally and stuff like that. So more 0 cost things or combo things that draw you more cards. And they also, if it's more of a controller thing, if they put AP generation on this unit, Mei Lin literally goes to the fucking moon. Like, imagine, just imagine for a second that Cassius was a passion unit. Literally in any of these units, imagine if they were passion and how much stronger Tressa even. Not so much Kairon, but like Tressa, Nia, Mika. If any of these units were passion, how much stronger Mei Lin is going to be. This is coming eventually. We are eventually going to get one of these units. And then let's go in the card collection real quick. So if we look at some of these neutral cards they get access to, for one, you get attack. This is a passion card, is absolutely insane on her, right? Rally, another 0 cost. And then you have stuff like, but pretty much any 0 cost card. Like, I'm not counting maneuvering fire, but you can run quick shelling also on Veronica. That's another good thing to put on her. It's a 0 cost and it cycles your deck, right? You can also run precision aim on Veronica, which I actually think is very strong if you plan to use her with Mei Lin, because if you don't get the right setup in your hand, you can just put that card back on top of your deck. And you already notice how powerful what this interaction is with confiscation itself, because you can put confiscation on any unit. Confiscation is essentially rally, right? It gives you the extra draw for the forbidden card, but you know, it's a draw 1 for 0. It's essentially rally. The difference is, the plus action count. Noticing confiscation on one of your other passion units, that is a massive buff to Mei Lin. So being able to do this with a bunch of new options like gear bag as well, and reorganize on top of that with, a psionic or a controller passion unit, like how much more absurd Mei Lin is going to be whenever this comes out. The thing is, like, what does this mean for like every other character? Like, I'm kind of worried for them, because like we already saw like how underwhelming Yuki was on release, right? And that's because we have units like Mei Lin in the game, and Mei Lin isn't even as good as she's gonna be. She's gonna get even better whenever we get access to this unit. Whenever it is. If it's a 4-star, they could literally release the first 3-star combatant. And if it's a controller passion unit, it's gonna be fucking S tier. Just because of Mei Lin. This is something I was just kind of thinking about today, and I wanted to talk about, because it's coming eventually. I don't know how they're gonna be able to keep units exciting and then like come up with new mechanics if it's just gonna be like Mei Lin literally destroys everything in the game with the right passion team. And honestly, you can already do this. There's nothing stopping you from doing this right now. I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot easier once we get this unit, whatever it is. Because right now, you can already go in, and I did this in my first try. You can go in and thin your deck to nothing on like 2 units and pretty much solo shit with just Mei Lin, with just using her card set. I actually attempted this on stream. If I had one more copy of this, I would have been able to solo the new boss using this Lucas here and this barrel with almost no cards. So every time I drew this, it was a dead card. Every time I drew those other cards on Lucas, essentially they were dead cards, right? Because this disappears. So I had a 1-card deck with barrel and a 2-card deck with Lucas, and I was almost able to solo the new boss on the highest difficulty with just my Mei Lin's build, with nothing else. And honestly, this build is good, but it's not as good as it could be. Like, this isn't even having an epiphany. And that's just because of the way she's set up. But now imagine that with more card draw. If I have Veronica, that shit was just dead with a mediocre Veronica and that barrel. Like, that's all I need. I don't even need the last unit. I need a body there with no cards. I don't know how to feel about this, because I think it's going to make like Smilegate got themselves in this trap with Epic 7 to where like they had the power creep literally every single unit they put out. Granted, that was a PvP game, but like, they would release a problem and then they would release the solution to the problem. But in this, it's like, how do you even fucking get stronger than what Mei Lin is going to be with the proper team setup? How do you even get stronger than Mei Lin Veronica plus a controller unit that's also passion? How, like, it doesn't even matter if that passion unit is good or not, like I said earlier. How do you power creep that? It's kind of got me a little bit worried for how the game is going to go if this is literally like one of the starting units in the game. But I don't know. I like doing these videos, guys. A lot of people don't watch to this point to where we're like, I'm trying to open up a discussion because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this game. Some good, some bad. And I'm trying to get all this stuff out in the open so like people are aware of it. That's why I make videos about the fates. That's why I talk about, you know, the laziness epidemic and stuff. Like, that's the kind of, I want to get all this stuff out in the open so we can get some conversations going around it and we can kind of figure out, like, where's this game going to go from here? Because I'm assuming we're going to get more content, but how are they going to be able to release something that stops Mei Lin? And the thing is, if they release something that stops Mei Lin, it's going to make everything else feel like shit too. Because if they're going to punish you playing a lot of cards in one turn, Wanderer of the Void exists, right? So you just put that in your deck, you just Wanderer of the Void, and then that's completely, like, it doesn't fucking matter, right? The action count will never go down, and you cast 50 fucking cards. Like, I'm sure some of you guys have seen that Luke video of him killing turn 1 because of how busted Cassius is with his potential node. And, like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what if Cassius was a fucking passion unit? We're in for some interesting things with this game. And honestly, I think uncapping Mei Lin's damage was a mistake. Especially since they're going to cap other units. I think that was a mistake. Luke's damage is also uncapped. Tressa's damage is also uncapped. But then you release the first unit, Yuki, and her damage is capped. She dumps all her cards and that's all she does. She doesn't generate any cards. Like, most of the units in the game, their damage is, like, capped. That's just, it's kind of concerning, I think. Haru can't do that. Look at all this investment I got into my Haru. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why the fuck did I do this? I don't even use Haru anymore, guys. I don't. I play with units that I think are, like, I don't think she's fun. I actually enjoy playing with Kayron. Kayron doesn't have infinite scaling damage. He can do a lot. He's hard to get the fucking right epiphany on, but I don't want to keep dragging this video on because the video is about Mei Lin. And I don't know how they're going to tackle this. She's a really fun unit to play with. Doing the, you know, the big combo and doing 70k damage is kind of fun. But how do we go from here? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll chat with y'all down there. Don't forget the like button, just because it helps out, helps the video get spread around a little bit more, helps more people to talk about it, right? And hit the sub if you're new. If you make it all the way to the end of the video, you're not subbed to me, that's crazy. I think only like maybe 30% of my viewers are subbed. Just hit the sub button, man. Don't cost you nothing, but number go up. Make Warbalt happy. All right, peace.
You fight as if you have 9 lives. This world has no place for